You know, with the holidays just around the corner, 1 week out from Thanksgiving, Dekalb County leaders are taking some bold steps to ease economic pressures on families, from wiping out student meal debt to launching mobile markets and expanding housing support. With millions invested in food security and housing stability, the county is signaling a long-term commitment, they say, to helping residents thrive. Joining us now to walk us through all these initiatives is the leader herself, Dekalb County CEO Lorraine Cochran-Johnson. It's great to see you this morning to talk about all this. I got to ask, Lorraine, how soon are these families going to feel the impacts of some of these programs?
Well, let me say, Dan, families began to feel the impact of our programs last Saturday. At that time, we distributed at 6 different locations strategically across DeKalb a total of 5,000 food boxes. We have invested $400,000 in holiday food boxes as well as gift cards so that we could allow families to have a choice on the protein that they chose, because we understand that there's a lot of people at this moment that are suffering from food insecurity, and there's a lot of uncertainty currently.
Yeah, was this fueled by the government shutdown, or have you been thinking about doing something like this for longer than that?
Well, let me say that, DeKalb County has a history of providing food and stepping up. During the global pandemic, we invested over $60 million in food insecurity. So it's something that we want to do to fill the gap. But this year in particular, with a 43-day longest governmental shutdown in history, understanding the need in the community, it was extremely important to step up.
Ms. Cochran-Johnson, where is this funding coming from, and how long is it going to last?
And that's a great question, because gone are the days when we received federal funds through CARES and ARPA, American Rescue Plan. So I want to say to everyone that is watching, as the governing authority of DeKalb County, this money has literally come from our general fund. Okay. We are now feeding DeKalb County residents using taxpayer dollars. And of course, that is very sensitive to us because we must watch the investments that we make. So we're happy to know that, of course, the governmental shutdown is over, but it will still take time for people to receive SNAP benefits. And also there's a lot of job insecurity out there at this moment as well, particularly on the federal level. So I want to say to everyone that's watching, the face of food insecurity and also housing insecurity is shifting across America. You're seeing individuals who've been able to provide for themselves who are now facing difficulties.
And at one point being able to provide for their families as well. I know you're helping out some students in the county with this student meal debt and paying that off. Tell me a little bit more about that and how that works exactly.
Well, as we sat down, we felt it was important to take a conglomerate approach. And we immediately went to school meals because, children cannot concentrate if they're hungry. And what we found was there was 1,818 delinquent school meal accounts, and we decided to pay those in full. For us, that was important because we don't want parents concerned about whether or not their children will receive a warm meal. And in many instances, it's a sad reality. The only warm meal some children receive is on a daily basis at school. So we made that $16,500 investment, and honestly, we feel that it was money well spent.
Do you worry that maybe you're setting a standard by pulling this from the general fund this year? I mean, is this going to be a one-time thing, or is this going to be a discussion year in and year out? Or is it a case-by-case basis? Tell me what you're thinking for next year.
Well, let me say, we play the hand that we're dealt. And oftentimes what happens on the federal and state level affects us on the local. And as the governing authority, of course, we have, an entire team that watches our budget carefully. So I'm thankful that we are in a position at this time to make these investments. And as time goes on, we'll just have to evaluate based upon what is available. But, we're doing more than just, of course, pulling from our general fund. Mm-hmm. We have shored up through the Midwest Food Bank a food distribution that will take place this weekend. And for us, this is, it's a total of 800 boxes. And because we were able to receive through a variety of partners, including community members, we have a very large, DeKalb County has the most diverse square mile in America in Clarkston, Georgia. And because of that, we have a huge immigrant and refugee community. And many of them have stepped up because they import and export product year long to support community. So many of the initiatives moving forward are not out of pocket. It simply required coordination.
I want to ask for folks who are watching, wondering, do I qualify? Can I possibly get help from the county right now? How can they find out? And especially, I'm curious about the housing support and the home ARP funds. How can they find out if they qualify?
All you have to do is reach out to us here in DeKalb County, and we will immediately put you through the vetting process. Now, with our home ARP funds, we want to say that at this time, although many people may be facing employment challenges and a reduction in income or gaps that's associated with the government shutdown, we want to help you be responsible and continue paying your rent. So if you reach out to us and you are experiencing difficulty, there is a vetting process. Currently, we still have a little over $5 million that's available to DeKalb County residents who are experiencing need. And all you have to do is call our office, just go to our 311 in DeKalb County, and they will immediately route you for vetting so that we can fill those gaps. We want to make sure we're taking care of our residents.
Lorraine Cochran-Johnson, the CEO of DeKalb County. You know I have a list about this long of things I'd love to talk to you about, but we'll have you back on maybe in December talking about almost a year in office. Would that sound good?
That sounds good. I look forward to it, and to you and everyone, happy holidays. And it feels good to do good. There's a lot of people out there who are in need, and we must be mindful.
And thanks for talking to us today about the good in DeKalb County. We'll see you soon.